Mafia, are you ready?
He said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling presents the Essential Series.
Presented.
And our subject today, is that better than topic? Our subject?
Doesn't matter.
I know back and forth we were going last episode on what to call
you
it.
want to rehash that?
Just the subject today is
The person.
Angle.
The wrestler.
that works as well.
I think that is the only thing that works.
But so the essential 5 matches of Kurt Angle.
Dun, 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 dun.
You didn't go, you suck? I thought
You were going to do it.
No, I wasn't. You're the singing person, not me. So Joe has 3. I have 2. Joe will start us off. There's such a big library to choose from when it comes to Kurt Angle, whether it's TNA, early WWE, after when he came back to WWE. So what?
Oh. What's that short stint after TNA?
Mm-hmm. That did exist.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So let's see where you go with it. Where you starting off?
So one of the big matches comes at that point.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to start it with that.
No, I didn't think you would.
But we both know what we're thinking now. So you know one of my ones that I thought needs to go on there.
Yes.
All right. So I'll start with this then. Because I think this might be one of my favorites. It's Angle versus McMahon, Shane McMahon, King of the Ring.
Damn it.
Was that the one?
Damn it. I wanted that one so
That was
bad.
the one, right?
I love that
That match is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
It's King of the Ring. So Angle was in the King of the Ring tournament and he fought twice that night before that match.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this was kind of his break for a match because it was just legitimately just a street fight. It was just a brawling.
The only thing about this match, even though I think it's
great
as a match and entertaining,
it's one of his most
it's
memorable.
perfection as far as entertaining goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think Shane stole the show more because of everything that he put his body through, other than it being a great Kurt Angle match?
I mean, isn't that the legacy of Shane McMahon now? Isn't
True.
that what he does?
True. Yeah.
Like, he jumps off of shit. He'll do, like...
Legitimately almost do anything.
Like, could you just say that about any Shane McMahon match? Like, he tries to steal the show with what he does.
That's true.
Like, he wants to be, whether or not it's jumping off of a Hell in a Cell through a table, knowing that person is moving. Like, yeah, I think, he stole the show, but that's kind of Shane McMahon's MO. Like, he steals the show when he's in that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, any other time, no. Like, when he's talking or anything like that, no.
Mm-hmm.
He never steals the show. But in those scenarios, that's pretty much his thing.
I'm kind of glad you took it now that I think about it, because now
it frees up something for you.
Exactly. It opens.
You were dead set.
Yeah, I was dead set. I didn't think you were going to pick that one.
No, I thought that was one. Now my second pick is going to be very tough. No, not really, because I know you're going to pick something fourth.
You know what my last pick is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because if you don't do it, I might not do it. Knowing me and who I am.
You're right, because I am going to hold that pick off if it's the same pick we're talking about. We do this every goddamn show.
We do. But that's kind of our MO.
It's true.
Because we don't know which one each other's picking beforehand.
No, we don't.
Which is the whole fun of the show.
Exactly.
And if you haven't watched this before, trust me, it is fun to see us torture. Man, I'm trying to get Hitman on the goddamn. There he is.
Yeah, you don't want to block it with your winner.
No.
All right. So for my first pick, I kind of want to put something different on there.
What? My first pick?
Yeah, because Because there's two.
Was that a statement question?
It was. That's exactly what it was.
Well, hurry up. We ain't got all night.
Actually, we have all night.
Well, no one wants to sit here and
no.
God forbid they're listening and not watching. They're just
that's true. Well, at least it's not
you're dead airing them.
I'm not dead airing them.
You're stalling.
I am. Which I mean, you do on a weekly basis, but I'm gonna go
with pizzazz.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Rock, Taker, Angle at Vengeance 02, the triple threat match.
Is that the one? Didn't we put that in for Rock too? No,
it was honorable mention, which is why I wanted it on this list because it was such a great match.
We'd be doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finding other ways of putting honorable mention matches back on. It was such an entertaining match, and all three guys at the top of their game. It's hard. Again, that's why I wanted it on here. So because of how good this match really is.
I mean, it's just that era of wrestling. That was like the end of the Attitude. It was almost the end of the Attitude era.
It was the end, yeah.
Push it into the right before the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
Which was pretty much Angle started that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
And Cena, but we're more Angle than anything. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if I would have made my list.
Really?
If I were to do the top 5, because this is tough. This was one that one wasn't on my pick list. I do think it's a very good match. I do love everybody that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the dilemma now. Now I'm stalling.
Yeah, exactly.
But with pizzazz.
Yeah, if that's what you call it.
Jazz fingers.
It's spirit fingers, not jazz fingers.
They're jazzy.
But
maybe I do it different. Can you get it?
You have to go. Yeah, there you go. Only people who are watching are understanding what the fuck's going on. Everyone listening has no idea what you're doing.
I was a ghost.
Yeah, obviously.
Shit. I don't know what I want to do.
You're welcome.
You screwed me.
And this is with 2 picks, too. Usually I screw you when I have 3 picks.
No, you usually screw me when you have 2 because you always throw a wrench in my spokes.
Mm-hmm.
The proverbial wrench. You are the proverbial wrench. I'm just going to hammer that wrench point home until I can figure out which one I'm going to pick. What else can we talk about besides wrenches? Allen keys? Yeah.
I don't think that works.
No. Pliers?
No.
Channel
lock? You're just going to keep naming tools until you pick a goddamn match?
I know a lot of them. Oh, fuck. Wait, I have a third pick if you...
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, in that case, I'm going to go off the rails and I'm going to go into the TNA, which is one of my most memorable Angle TNA matches.
Okay.
And that's against Abyss at Turning Point 2008, which is another match that wasn't really... You would think with Kurt Angle being the topic or the subject. That now it just sounds like a freaking experiment. You would think it'd be primarily wrestling matches. Like the 3 that we've picked so far haven't been really, really wrestling matches.
Yeah.
I picked 2 that weren't wrestling matches at all. They were just pretty much street fights, which is completely the other realm of Kurt Angle because he's known more as a technical wrestler.
Of course.
But a lot of his most interesting stuff has happened. I mean, that's unfortunate too. I wouldn't say most of his memorable stuff, but
no, I think I still
he's
think
kind of like the perfect mixture.
That's what I was going to say. I think that adds to the greatness of Kurt Angle that he can do almost anything and fit into and then
he could
even comedy.
He could fit into any era.
Yes.
Like you could interject Kurt Angle into any era of wrestling and he would still be, if not more popular. Like if Angle came around today and like you didn't know who he was and he was like this wrestling phenomenon, he would still be massively over because people like to see wrestling. Not to mention he was a great promo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did it all.
It took him a little bit to get there.
But he was like literally came in, was as green as could be, picked it up like that. And
I think his comedy chops were very, very
underrated.
Yeah. He was so funny.
Just rewatched when Austin gets him the cowboy hats and he gets him a special one.
Yeah.
I just rewatched that today. It's like it still makes me laugh.
Just Jimmy crack corn is the funniest thing in the world.
I noticed like because you like, watch it this many times, you'll notice different things. Like they pan the camera back as he opens up the box, so you can't tell what it is. And Austin moves and puts his arm in front of his face, so you can't see what it is. And he just pops up out of nowhere with his fucking ginormous head and his tiny head scalp. It still makes me laugh.
It is great. It is one of the best segments probably in SmackDown history.
But anyway, Abyss Angle, the match that I picked, that's the one where he does the flip off of the ramp onto Abyss. Like it's one of his, that's like one of the Perk Angle.
Yes. Yeah.
Which he came on Austin and said, I don't know, I would never went out there under the influence of anything. It was afterwards, which could be true, but chances are probably aren't.
Yeah, I don't know how much I buy that, but it doesn't take away from how, if he did do that, it doesn't take away from how good he was or what he did out in and out of the ring. It doesn't really matter.
No, it probably hurt him more after the fact.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, I agree. I know what match you're talking about. I don't know it as well as some of the other matches on this list, but that is.
Yeah, there's like a good honorable mention from his TNA run. I mean, you just look at who he had there, and this was still when he was chugging too. He wasn't like freaking on the back nine yet.
No,
like you had prime Samoa Joe, AJ Styles. We mix in some Jeff Jarrett, and he wasn't done yet either in the TNA run.
You still have that. That's all during the Aces and Eights run.
Yeah,
like that TNA roster.
The Mafia. What the hell was the Main Event Mafia?
Main Event Mafia. Yes. Which, by the way,
I watched do a lot of cool shit.
I watched
TNA just couldn't sustain
15-minute explanation of Aces and Eights, and it's Bully Ray explaining the 9-month build of Aces and Eights and how it all went down, which I didn't know.
It was a very long and drawn out process.
After watching this, I'm telling you, it might be one of the greatest stories ever told in professional wrestling.
Aces and Eights does not get enough credit when you talk about factions. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because it kind of fell into that NWO thing where like everyone was in it. Like you had like, but the build up for that was incredible. It was just so like, you knew it was going to be something bad. Like you knew it was going to be something like, but like these were not good people. These were not good guys.
After we get done recording this, so this will already be up as we put up the episode. But I'm going to put it just on our Facebook. This video, it is so good. It is so entertaining. If you have a spare 15 minutes, watch it. It's quick, but it's so good. And the weaving in and out of all the wrestlers they do use, everyone had a purpose. It wasn't let's just join the Aces and Eights just to make them big. Everyone had a purpose. The story was amazing. The reveal was even better. Everything about it, if you don't remember it or you never even watched TNA, which, let's be honest, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
It's worth the watch. A lot of
people didn't, but a lot of people really did. Like a lot of people, too.
They had good ratings. They're almost better ratings than what AEW is pulling in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was that demo.
Yeah.
But the only problem is WWE was still doing good stuff, and they were able to take some of that demo. Now they can't touch that demo.
No, not even close. But so back to Kurt Angle and the Kurt Angle Essential. This
was all tied in the Angle,
of course.
At some point, it was like the 6 degrees of Angle.
My second pick and last pick, for that matter. I'll bring it back to wrestling for us and legit professional wrestling, and I'm going with versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21, as if anyone had any other idea of what I was going to pick.
If you didn't, I would have.
Yeah, I figured you would have. But you talk about a wrestling clinic, that was a quote-unquote dream match before they called them dream matches, because
it was. Yeah, it really was.
It's amazing. It's such a good.
That's what's great. Yeah, it really is. I mean, leading up to it, like you knew this was going to be. Speaking
of comedy, lead up, the sexy Kurt is again one of
that's hands down. That's probably. Oh man,
I must spit out my water when I thought about it.
Yeah, if you're thinking like comedy, like I think Rock and Jericho probably hold a couple of the top spots, but that is up there.
It is, yeah. Sexy Kurt is hilarious.
I mean, Austin's got a lot of good ones too, but his were more violent. His were more like slapstick comedy where he was beating someone. Like
Yeah.
him and Booker T.
Yeah, him and Booker T, even a lot of the stuff he
Him and
did with
McMahon.
Vince. Yeah.
When he hits him in the head with the bedpan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that whole story takes nothing away from that match, which is
No, it was
phenomenal.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a wrestling one too, because I feel like having Kurt Angle on this list and not having him mix it up with some of the best. And I'm going year prior. Angle versus Guerrero.
Thank you. Because that was on my list as well.
That was incredible. That was like Eddie Guerrero was just peeking into the main event. And let's face it, like out of that time frame, you still had like the big names there that well, not when they fought, but they were kind of shying away from that. They were like Benoit got up there, like the actual wrestlers kind of got to the top of the.
Well, I mean, you still had Hunter, Michaels, Taker, Rock. Like you still had a lot of them there.
Yeah, and they weren't like the technical wrestlers. But when you throw Eddie Guerrero and freaking Kurt Angle together, like that's a match that stands up.
Yes.
Holds the test of time. And it would be popular in any generation.
I agree. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Who didn't make the list against Angle? And it was probably his biggest adversary at a certain point for a long time. Lesnar.
I have the SummerSlam. No, I have the SmackDown Iron Man match on my list.
That was on my list too.
Okay, yeah, that was one, but I didn't think I was going to be able to get that on there. I was surprised you didn't put it on there.
I mean,
to be honest,
that's the thing though. You have a guy like Kurt Angle where he did a lot of different things. It's not like it'd be hard if we did someone who just wrestled for 5 years.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, actually, it might not be. Depends on how good they were.
That's true. I mean,
and
short career, short amount of matches to choose from. We could just pick 5, but
like the Velveteen Dream.
I did not expect that name to come out of your mouth at all. God, what a wasted potential. Jesus.
Yep. All right. For Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And I've been hitting towards this because I've said it multiple times that he could wrestle in any era and be over. Let's do that. Okay. Dream opponents for Kurt Angle, because I feel like I'm wearing the shirt of that era of who I want. Like that would be, I would want an Iron Man match of that. What him and Sean did, I would want that.
For those listening, Joe is wearing a Bret the Hitman Hart ugly sweater.
But it's beautiful.
I mean,
it's like ironic.
Ugly sweater style sweatshirt.
Yeah. I think that would be one of my favorite matches to ever see. Prime Bret and Prime Angle wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Give me that for an hour. Give me it for 2 hours probably. Because the story that they could tell going into it would be great. And I think either one could play either side. Because you have the Olympic gold medalist where you have Mr. America, Kurt Angle. If you hold that, and if Bret's running that Canada thing where he's like,
yeah, you're talking about 1997 Bret, where he hates the United States fans and all that.
Yeah, you run that.
I can see it.
I can see Angle being like a huge face in that, and I can also see it the other way.
Man, that's a good one because I'm trying to go back in my head and trying to think of like what match would I want to see.
Prime Angle and Prime Flair would be really good. But that's another one where he would have to be face.
Yeah.
Angle is a really good heel.
Man, that's hard. Like the first one to come to mind when you said it was Angle and Steamboat.
That was going to be my next one that I was going to say.
Like that would
be.
Like
imagine if you replaced for WrestleMania 3 and you put Kurt Angle in there against Steamboat, they would be able to do the exact same thing.
That's where it kind of came from. I was like, where can I pick?
Like, where can you put them?
Exactly.
And put them in there with someone in their prime at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the first one.
Who would you do today? Like who would you do like prime like 2010 on?
Well, I mean, because because he had the chance, although his run with WWE when he retired was lackluster at best. And he didn't get the retirement that he deserved.
No, but he also wasn't going to be able to put on the match that he wanted to.
True. True.
If he didn't have if he was in there with a technical mastermind.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind Seth Rollins and Kurt Angle.
Like a Seth now or a Seth 2015 versus Angle.
Yeah, like
any integration
Seth after post gauntlet match Seth, where he was on fire. I would go with him and Angle. Other than that, like AJ, we saw AJ in TNA with him.
And those would have been better than his WWE run. Yeah. Because he was more prime AJ Styles then.
Yeah. So like now, like, all right, so even if you go over to AEW and you look at like, all right, what AEW matchup would I want? I mean,
you can run a prime Punk Angle.
See, I didn't want to reach for that.
You could do it.
I know you could, but like I'd rather Bryan Danielson versus Angle.
Oh, absolutely. I would even take this Bryan Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
I would even not take prior Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan and take this Bryan Danielson.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think that would be much better.
Man, on the AEW side, I don't know. I mean, you could do a Roman Kurt.
I want to say I wouldn't want to see it.
Maybe he doesn't fit into this era.
This era, I don't think he does. Like what we are like the WWE and AEW were living in. Of course, he would put on good matches if he's still in his prime. We're not talking old Kurt Angle. We're talking.
I feel like Angle would still get over in AEW.
I'm not saying he wouldn't get over.
His ability to talk would help him get to that point because
that's true.
He would still be over in WWE because he can at least cut a promo. There's a lot of guys that really aren't the best at cutting promos over there.
Yeah.
Like I'll put him
or trusted to do promos.
Yeah, I'll put him over a freaking Drew McIntyre.
I feel bad for Drew. I really feel bad for McIntyre.
He held the belt like 3 times in like 4 months.
But look at when he held the title.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest thing. He held that company down for that entire time. And the second fans came back, he lost the title. He didn't even get a chance. Like I feel that's the only reason I feel bad for him. Not because he's a 3-time champion. And when he came back, he worked his ass off so hard to do that.
All right. I made this statement on Twitter, and I'll bring this to end this. It's going to detract us from Kurt Angle talk for a moment.
That's okay, because I have one more thing as well that is not Kurt Angle, but go ahead.
So WWE right now, they finally have Roman at the top of the food chain, and rightfully so this time, and not pushed.
Yep.
So they'll have you speak. He's actually fits, and people are behind him. People think he should be there for the first time. With that, now would be a perfect time to actually build a new star and not like because right now
a new face,
a new star.
Period.
Someone needs to beat him, right?
Yes, someone has
to.
So
wouldn't this be a perfect time and not use someone that you've used numerous times, like a Seth Rollins or anyone like that, and to actually make a new star? And in that company, do you think they exist or do you think they've been released?
Okay, I saw this tweet, so I know what you're talking about. I know at least a couple responses said they were released, and like one said Bray Wyatt.
Wyatt I wouldn't have made into a new star because they killed him a couple times.
Yeah.
So even if he was still with the company doing the Fiend, like they've already ruined the Fiend. That Rollins feud killed the Fiend. But I do agree.
In a WWE world, it's hard for me to see them develop anybody into that big a star
that quickly.
Yeah, that quickly.
Because I don't think anybody's there.
The only person I see them trying to do that with is not even on the main roster, is Braun Breaker. Like, I think that's that's the goal with him. That's the blueprint of what they want to do. And he's great. I think needs work on the mic, but he's impressive in the ring, of course, with his DNA. Of course he would be, but
would you want that?
Right now, no. Absolutely not, because I'm not invested in that. I don't see it for him. But I don't know, man. There's something about the WWE. I don't feel like I'm going to be invested in 5 years.
Had they not, besides Keith Lee, because I think that is 100% the right answer. Had they brought Cross up and did right by him, I think they could have had him elevated rapidly. Instead, they stunted that.
I'm going to say something that a lot
you
of people
don't
don't agree
get
with.
Karrion Kross.
I don't see it.
I think,
I still don't see it. I think he's in a. I'm trying to find
market.
No. I'm trying to find the word to describe him because when I look at him, it's what I
Generic?
see. Okay. So one of those, generic. But he's a.
Is there anybody who's
fat
not
in shape guy? Like when I look at his physique as a star,
fat in shape guy.
like he's in shape, but he's flabby in shape. He's like, and this is not a knock on Samoa Joe, but like Samoa Joe could kill somebody, but Samoa Joe's not the in shape.
Are you Vince? Are you really Vince in this excuse?
No.
Are you really Vince
Just
in
hear
this?
me out. Hear me out. If you want a top guy, right? You want a top guy.
They have to look like Hogan.
Don't have to look like Hogan. They got to look like they can beat Reigns. Does Karrion Kross really look like he can beat Reigns?
Like
I don't know.
A fight, he
and
probably
with this
could.
Eddie Munster haircut that he has going on now, he just I've never seen it. We saw him countless times in House of Hardcore before he ever signed with Impact. I never got it then. He signed with Impact, and he had the smoke show with Scarlett, who was great, but I didn't think he was that impressive. I thought his presentation was better in NXT. I thought the entrance was phenomenal, but I agree with Adam Cole. You'll never get to Adam Cole level, ever. And I really believe Adam Cole when he said that because I don't see it. Now he might. I could be completely wrong and he completely do it, but I just don't see it with Karrion Kross. I never saw it with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, but if he was booked better, you would have been seeing it.
But I didn't.
I mean, it's all a part of the presentation.
Course, like I said,
how they presented
absolutely.
him to you was not.
They presented him in NXT like a monster, and I didn't
but then
see
they
that.
Squashed it.
Well, main roster squashed it, not NXT. But that's me personally. It's my opinion. It's just how I feel about it.
I think with better creative, they could have gotten him there. Although he might have needed work. Who knows? If you can't cut the promo and you can't last on the mic with someone, chances are you're not going to be able to carry the title for that long.
When you take the cool factor away from somebody immediately, whether it's the entrance, whether it's adding a stupid fucking mask, whatever it is, you automatically drop down.
You'd say COVID stopped our cool factor because they added a mask?
Not that kind of mask, but I mean, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I just never got it. It could have been the whole main roster thing Kane. Soured it. It could have been Kane. It's got to be Kane.
It's got to.
But yeah,
it could have been. It's got to be Kane.
Keith Lee, I agree. I think Keith Lee is a great pick.
I think they already had that in the building when they did the Survivor Series, where it was them as the last two.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and he was over.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. With being over in WWE is like a curse.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If you're not who they want it to be, like Riddle was given the keys right away.
And he's run with it. He's done a great job with everything he's done.
Yeah, but they gave him the keys right away. Like, why don't they do that with multiple talent at a time?
I think they did it with Priest. I think they did a good job with Damian Priest. I think he's come a long way.
So I've given you one and you've given me one.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, believe me, we are definitely in a minority when it comes to giving them the keys and really running with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So with that being said, no one having that opportunity. So who the hell is going to beat Roman Reigns? Who do you see and actually being like who they've booked themselves into so many corners? Like
I don't see it.
Who could go to the top of that and beat them? They've backed themselves into a corner where it's rock or bust.
Well, Brock is not going to beat him. That's not going to happen.
So it's got to be Brock?
It's going to be the coronation of Roman Reigns. That's what's going to happen with Rock. He is going to be the tribal chief, the head of the table, the head of the family when it comes to The Rock. That's the ultimate build for that. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. I don't
so
see
then who beats him?
And there's the
so
real
who the
question.
Fuck beats him then?
Exactly. I have no idea.
It's already looking really dull for everybody.
Yes.
Sami Zayn doesn't stand a chance.
Poor Sami Zayn. I can't wait till January.
It's gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
It's gonna get very interesting.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up is The Undertaker was a guest on Kevin Hart's show where he sits in an ice bath.
Oh, the tub?
Yes. And I can't remember what it's called, but I watched the clip and The Undertaker gives his Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently has changed. I don't remember him saying this last year, but they said he already did this, but he updated it. Apparently, not like on purpose. I guess it was one of the questions that Kevin Hart might have asked him. Again, I only heard of what he listed. So I wanted to get.
So is it 4 people?
Yeah, it's four. Right. Yeah, it's 4 people.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
So I wanted to get
Are they all his opponents?
Is his opponents? I don't think so.
Okay.
So I wanted to get your opinion on it.
All right.
Oh no, it's definitely not his opponents because one of them was way before him. Right. So it is Andre the Giant.
I knew you were going to say Andre.
Stone Cold.
Okay.
The Rock.
Okay.
And Shawn Michaels.
I mean, it's not a bad list.
But Mount Rushmore's technically are rarely bad lists because they're the top of the top. Now, he took Ric Flair off his list.
Okay.
From apparently, look, I saw this
so
on
who replaced
Twitter.
him? Michaels?
Yeah, I guess it was Michaels, but I saw that they said that was he being a WWE guy still and be politically correct and removing Flair because I was like, the guy can't. You can't literally say your opinion and people think that you're have some kind of hidden agenda.
I don't know,
but I still think
it's a good list.
I think it's a pretty good list.
Solid.
Yeah. But
like, who would you take off to replace with someone? We've done this in our very infancy of the show.
I think it's like our second or third episode
where we did Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
And then we tried to do more Mount Rushmores, and then we just got sick of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
No, we'll never go to Mount Rushmore again.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I think ours were probably similar. Well, not similar, but he probably had at least 1 or 2 on there. Mm-hmm. I know you had Taker on yours.
I did have Taker on mine.
He didn't pick himself, but I'm pretty sure you had Austin and Michaels.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a long time ago.
And I might have had The Rock.
I feel like you had The Rock. I feel like you might have had.
I know I had Sting and Savage.
I feel like you might have had Brett as well.
I think I might have had Brett as well.
I think there's your 4.
I like my list. If that's true, then I really like my list.
Damn, I'm intelligent.
Yes.
God, that's such a good pick.
So smart.
But so I mean, I don't know. I thought it was funny. I think it's a good list. I'm definitely going to have to watch it because Kevin Hart with The Undertaker already. That sounds like an insane mix.
Just what the fuck?
But you got anything else?
No, I think it was a well put together show.
I think so too. Speaking of well put together shows.
Okay, God, we're jinxing this one. Go
ahead. Friday is December 3rd.
Yes.
It is 4 years since we created this show.
Is it really?
4
years?
4 years to the day.
Holy shit.
December 3rd, 2017, we created Brotherly Love Wrestling.
So I guess this episode's going out on the 3rd.
Yeah, I guess it could. Yeah, why not? So
our 4-year anniversary of
this
fucking show. Holy shit.
4 years, well over probably 260 shows, 270 shows, something like that. 230 some episodes.
Where's our contract at? God damn it.
Yeah, so I mean, who knows how long we'll continue to do this, but
if I get to 40, I'm still doing this. Someone come and fucking
I can't see us getting to 40.
There's no way.
No, not at all. But look,
I only got 5 more years.
We still have
5 more years of this shit.
We still have fun doing this.
What do you think the landscape of wrestling is going to look like
in 5 years?
It's going to be so weird.
Still trying to find someone to beat Roman Reigns.
After he beats The Rock, they're going to have to bring someone back from the dead. They'll bring in Goldberg. Goldberg will do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
At that point, it'll be almost 70.
But thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And
it's break.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, continue to watch. We hope you enjoy.
Listen too, if you don't want to watch
that as well. Please like, subscribe, give us 5-star ratings, help us out any way you can. And big. Actually, I'll announce it on here since this is going out on Friday, and we're going to be putting out the
We're going to be
promo.
watching Big.
That would be that. Actually, I would like to watch Big. I haven't watched in a while. Anyway,
Me neither.
no
actually.
big show announcement for us.
We're going to have the Big Show on.
Nope. Next week, he's
Next
not the big
week.
show. He's Paul White.
We're going to
Next
have
week,
Mr. White,
no.
Mr. Black,
Next week's show, we will
Mr.
have
Brown?
Josh Woods
the
versus. Thank you. Versus Brian Johnson,
Goods, the Mecca.
and they will be going
Really good at
virtually
this.
face to face and leading up to
This is going to be interesting.
very interesting. Leading up to
I don't
their
think we're going
match.
to be able to shut Johnson up.
No. At Ring of
We're not
Honor
going to have to
Final
do
Battle.
anything. Not going to have to do anything.
No,
So-
absolutely not.
If you don't want to listen to us, but you want to listen to them too, this is going to be the show for you.
Absolutely. So it'll be going out probably Wednesday of next week as you're listening
We
to
should
this.
wear suits,
Suits?
tuxedo t-shirts.
How about $1 Million Man t-shirt?
Well, that's cooler than the one I'd be wearing.
It's not my fault. Anyway, look for that show to come out middle of next week because it is going to be amazing to watch. We can't wait to sit through it and listen to what these guys are going
It
to have to
hasn't
say.
happened yet. This is just a prediction.
I think it's a spoiler.
Oh, God.
You set me up for that
Oh,
one. I couldn't
God.
help it. Thank you for
And
watching.
you're the guy that wouldn't say you suck in the beginning.
Have a great night.